The reimagining versus the replacement. What's the difference? You may have heard the term remakes and remasters whenever there is a new game out there that is based on a previous one. Those two terms might sound similar, but they are actually different for a few different reasons. Why else would people even use two different words to describe two different things, am I right? Anyway, let us start with the remakes here. A remake is the process of remaking an old game with new assets, new code, new visuals, and very little to no assets from the original. Though with that said, there are largely two different kinds of remakes out there. First, there are, as Pixel Pursuit calls it, the reimagining remake. This is a remake that follows the basic ideas and structure of the old game, but ends up making significant changes to the final product, whether it be story, gameplay, or something else. One example would be the 2016 remake of Ratchet & Clank that's based on the original 2002 title of the same name. This remake didn't just update the gameplay, but also features a significantly different story than what was told in the original. This type of remake is called a reimagining, at least by Pixel Pursuit, because it seeks to do different things with these ideas, rather than just being fundamentally the same thing with updated visuals. Which segues into what Pixel Pursuit calls the replacement remake. This type of remake seeks to fundamentally be the same as the old game, but with more modern quality of life improvements here and there, making for what some might call the definitive version of the game. The medieval 2019 remake, based on the 1998 original, is one such example. It not only features new visuals, obviously, but also the option to play with a new control scheme, a new user interface, and a more orchestral soundtrack. Some of the music featured is actually from Medieval's first remake, which was on the PlayStation Portable. However, despite these updates, the game is largely similar to the original, choosing to remain as faithful to the original as much as possible. Now, despite Pixel Pursuit's usage of the word replacement for these types of remakes, they can never actually end up replacing the originals. They can be anyone's preferred way to experience the game, but the original's always going to be there for anyone to experience, especially if the original is still being sold on modern storefronts. Though with that said, those that are in favor of replacement remakes argue that they are a good opportunity to iron out the flaws of the original, whilst saying that the reimagining remake creates a weird middle ground for the identity of the remake. Though it should be noted that these people tend to support the idea of having the original game being played first, however, just so that the original game has time to shine before the remake comes out. Others, however, seem to have the opposite viewpoint when it comes to the replacement and reimagining remakes. They find the replacement remakes to be boring, as it is essentially the same game with a new paint job, and thus not offering anything new, and not helping matters when, again, said old game can still be purchased on modern storefronts. If you ask me, there's enough nuance here for a third type of remake that's faithful in some parts, but a lot more different in others. Because one type of remake sounds to me as if it is different all across the board, and the other kind is only updating a few aspects. With this third one, it combines some of the more drastic changes of the reimagining remake, but staying faithful in other parts from the replacement remake. At least, that's what it sounds to me. But what do you think about this topic? List your answer in the challenge below, and I'll see you next time with the remasters! Bye!